It is hugely significant. It may sound silly to even put it this way. I'm in Jerusalem. I'm not on the Gaza border, but it is quiet today. There's not the sound of fighter jets above me. It's been 735 days of a war that started for Israelis incomprehensibly, suddenly. And now, almost as suddenly, it's over. But you are right that this, while hugely momentous and significant, there are a huge number of open questions. One of them, we found out late last night, that the United States is going to send 200 U.S. troops, boots on the ground, to, quote, help coordinate the implementation of this deal. Unclear what they will need to coordinate. Unclear also when exactly the countdown began. The Israeli army told us that they went into a ceasefire already 24 hours before this Israeli cabinet vote when the deal was first signed back in Egypt. But the Israeli government statement put out last night at 1:30 in the morning is extremely vague. I think intentionally vague. Netanyahu still seems to want to have a mantle of plausible deniability around him, and so he did not make any reference either to a ceasefire or to the end of war. But the document the Israeli government voted on and approved is called the end of the war in Gaza. So we have a lot of vagueness. The Israeli government announced only that it had approved a deal to get the hostages back. And we really are going to have to pay close attention over the next hours and days to see how the ceasefire is implemented, if there are any breaches, and how both on Hamas's side and on Israel's side, preparations are underway for this vast exchange of, initially it's going to just be about 20, we think, living hostages for almost 2,000 Palestinian prisoners, of whom 250 were convicted with life sentences.
So lots of anticipation and excitement, but both sides still have to make it all happen. Noga, walk us through what we are expecting to see in the next couple of days.
So what we're expecting is for the Israeli army not just to cease firing, which it has done, but to really take a step back, literally, to withdraw to what Donald Trump called the yellow line in his plan. It's an intermediary line. It's not yet the ultimate withdrawal line or redeployment line on the perimeter of Gaza. It's still, Israeli forces will still be in Gaza, but they will not be in population centers, and they will only be in a observational and defensive mode. That's something the Israeli army can put into place within hours. It may already have been done, but we haven't received an announcement of that. And again, I want to say none of us are in Gaza. No journalists have been allowed into Gaza, so we depend on the government reports. Similarly, Hamas, there have been rumors back and forth over the last few days that Hamas is seeking out the remaining living hostages. There was something of a snafu in the negotiations regarding the Israeli hostages who are dead, who either died while in captivity or were murdered in captivity. Not all of them are located or known where to be. The provisions of this new agreement put together an international task force that's very wide. It includes the United States, Turkey, Qatar, and Israel, of a big international force to try and locate the bodies of the dead Israeli hostages. They'll be pooling intelligence and pooling expertise. All of this, I expect, is going to take a minute or two longer than what is provided for in the deal that was signed. But for Israelis, the only thing their eyes are on is seeing the hostages. Almost everyone I talked to yesterday, across the board, no matter their political leanings, everyone said to me, I want to see them crossing the border. And that's what Israelis are waiting for. On the Palestinian side, of course, the cessation of fighting, the cessation of airstrikes, and the anticipation that aid will be flooded now into Gaza. That is what everybody is waiting for there.
All right.